The following video is brought to you by the Longview Economic Development Corporation, the Kilgore College Small Business Development Center, and the U.S. Small Business Administration.
At the Longview Economic Development Corporation, we focus on the growth and expansion of Longview businesses.
The Kilgore College Small Business Development Center, providing small businesses with the practical assistance needed to survive, grow, and prosper.
Hi, I'm Ron Collier. I'm president of the Collier Consulting Group, and I've come here today to talk to you about a particular concept today for rewarding coworkers, and it's called performance-based pay. And we may have all heard the term, but today I want to take a few minutes to explain exactly what that is and how it impacts your workers and what you can do to actually implement performance-based pay in your company. If we think about performance-based pay and why we would even consider doing something like that, let's just think about business in general. If we think about it today, sometimes we actually pay employees or coworkers more money actually the slower they work. I always thought and remembered whenever I moved into the business world from education, that always sort of confounded me. I couldn't believe that we would actually do that. But actually businesses do it all the time. If an employee doesn't do things properly, then we may pay them to do it again. Or if they still don't do it properly, we may pay them to do it again. So many times we keep paying them, and actually many employees actually that don't have the experience or perhaps not the training, they actually may earn more money because they're on the clock longer than other employees. So they're really being paid, of course, on the hours they work versus their performance or how well they do the jobs. Also, number two, what I found in the business world is talking to coworkers is many of them told me that they did not really want to participate in training that the employers actually put on in the company. And that always puzzled me because I said, well, why wouldn't you want to be trained? And they said, of course, I don't want to be trained because if I were trained, perhaps I would do the job quicker, I would do the job faster, more efficiently, and if I did the job faster and more efficiently, of course, I would make less money. So I found that to be interesting that they did not really want to go to training because obviously it would cost them money. So the idea behind performance-based pay is really to take what I consider the ceiling and the floor off of wages. If you really think about the coworkers that you have in your business right now, we have a ceiling and we have a floor. Let's think about the floor. For most of us, the floor in wages is minimum wage, the minimum wage for our state. That is the floor. We cannot pay anyone less than that for the job that they do if they are an hourly worker. But we've also established ceilings for those positions. So even though the floor is minimum wage, our ceiling may be a set amount. What we've actually said by being employers, we're not going to pay a person any more. They cannot earn any more if they're doing this particular job. So what we've done is we've actually established a level, a certain range that employees are going to be making. So no matter how well I do my job, I am limited because you put a ceiling on my wages. So what we're doing with performance-based pay is we're trying to change that a little bit. And the idea is to keep the floor. We must keep the floor because of minimum wage requirements, but we want to remove the ceiling. I mean, if we have a great employee who is making us a lot of money, really contributing to the company, then why should their earnings be limited? Why don't we allow them or give them the ability to make more than the normal ceiling that they would have experienced if they were in other positions? So through performance-based pay, it's a way to reward those coworkers, provide a system for them so that they're rewarded for good behavior, doing the job well, taking care of themselves. And so we reward those people who are more efficient, operate more efficiently, do the job better, but we also have a system that penalizes those employees that do not do the job as well. Because as owners of companies, we do not really want to regulate the pay. The idea would be to have a system that regulates the pay. When we regulate the pay as owners of companies, then so many times emotions get involved. We can't have that in today's economy. We want systems that actually regulate the pay. So if we have a system so that people are fairly rewarded, but also are fairly, things are taken away from them if they don't do it correctly, okay, penalized, then that is a fair system. And we let the system control the employee, and through performance-based pay, we can create a performance-based pay system that does that quite well.